Yes, ma'am, we can start now.
Can we start, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you. A very warm welcome and a wonderful morning to our esteemed chairperson, faculty colleagues, research scholars, and global attendees. It's an absolute pleasure to welcome everyone to the third and final day of our international seminar on Python and R programming for data analytics and scientific computing, hosted by Department of Mathematics at MOP White College and Math Tech Thinking Foundation. Following deeply engaging discussion of data, we launched a discussion technology, machine learning, and AI applications. Artificial intelligence no longer advanced. I will of the our chairperson, Dr. B. Amit Priya, this professor, Department of Guidance.
Good morning. Welcome back, everyone. We are delighted to have with us once again Dr. Meherchand sir. Since his distinguished profile was presented on the session one, there is little needed for a detailed introduction. His expertise and engaging presentation on introduction to Python and R programming and numerical and scientific computing has already inspired us greatly. We are grateful for his continued presence and look forward to another enriching session. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. Good morning, all of you. I am perfect audible.
Yes, sir, you're audible.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. So, dear participant, first of all, good morning and welcome back to this fifth session of our ongoing workshop. And first of all, I would like to thank each one of your active participation and enthusiasm during the previous sessions. Your engagement, questions, and eagerness to learn have made this workshop truly interactive and enriching the experience. For the past 2 days, we have explored the foundation of programming, data handling, and computational thinking. Today, we move a step further by discussing two of the most influential programming as in the past R programming and Python. By using these two, some of basic fundamentals has been discussed.
Objective wise.
So the understanding of the Python is general purpose programming language known as its simplicity, readability, and versatility. It is
అదేదా
widely
నాకు
used
లింక్
as
చేస్తాం
we have discussed in the past two sessions: software development, automation, data science and analytics, artificial intelligence, machine learning, deep learning, and many more. So the understanding R is a language specifically designed for the statistical computing and data analytics. It is highly popular among statisticians, researchers, data analysts, biostatisticians, social science researchers, and R provide exceptional capabilities for statistical modeling, hypothesis testing, data visualization, exploratory data analysis, research-oriented data interpretation, and main packages such as ggplot to deploy Tediverse, Carrot, and Shiny R make a powerful environment for statistical analysis and reporting. Okay, so along with there are some similarities between these two software. Okay, so all the things which we can do by using our programming, we can do in the same way in Python also. Okay, Python is a little bit more advanced as compared to R programming, since by using the by using the Python programming, we can develop the softwares also, web applications, website, and along with we have the mobile app, software development. So many things which we can do by using the Python. All things are not possible in R programming, but R is very familiar to statisticians and data analytics by statisticians. And also, as we have the some libraries in R programming, in the same way, there are various libraries in uh, Python. Okay, so in the past we discussed many things, and today we are going to discuss a more important concept which we can use in Python. And one more thing I let you know, once you are able to use perfectly either R programming or Python. Okay, so both have most of the tasks which we want to perform are similar. Syntax specifically related to the functions which are inbuilt, whether these are in Python or in R programming. So many functions which are inbuilt, which we are using for statistical analysis. Okay, all these you will find similar type of the functions are there. Okay, to store the data entry or to store the data, there is some small difference. Okay, and to import the data set in the system, whether you are using R programming or Python. So after that, the functions which we are using are more similar. Okay. So now I'm going to share my screen and let's discuss about the today's content which I want to present here. Along with I want to know if during the past session, yesterday also I have uploaded many content for you. Okay, and you can easily download from after logging your account the recordings of each session as well as the feedback form whatever we are presenting here, all these will be available in your account at Utomatrix Hub. Okay, and the certificate of participation also will be available there. We will send you email to download, and also I will announce it during the last session of this ongoing workshop. So the most important part is the matrix algebra. Okay, matrix algebra play very important role in specifically uh, data analysis. So whenever you have some data, okay, data will be either you will store in CSV file or Excel file. So most of the people are using these two type of the files. Some can use also the text file or JSON files also are there. So there are various ways to store the data set, and then after we are required to get some insight from the data set. So this is a matrix algebra. We all most of the participants are from mathematics background. Okay, so here you will find how the matrix algebra will help you and what type of the functions are there which you can easily understand, which we have studied in subject. But when we are using some computing tool, these are more easy to use and highly useful, specifically to interpret data set. Okay. So the introducing to the software and command related to computational addition subtraction, how you can write the matrix. Okay, computation multiplication, computation of the trace and transpose of the matrix, computation of rank of matrix, the computation of matrix, solving system of homogeneous multidisciplinary algebraic eigenvalues and eigenvalues, their applications to derivation of the matrix. So all these things we are discussing here, and either you are using the gold plan or you can use all this content in Jupyter Notebook. If you are using the collaboratory, just you are required to upload this file and you can use easily there. Okay, there is no any kind of a problem. So here the most important library is a symbolic SymPy. Okay, SymPy, and SymPy is a very important library, specifically for mathematical computing. Also, if you want to know more about this SymPy, So before using this file, I can show you, see here, you can write simply, and everyone, all the mathematicians, all the student, if you want to know more about this SimPy library, this is completely cloud-based, and other things I am not able to present during this 1.5 hour, because mathematics is very vast, applications are very vast. Okay, so many things are there which we are required to get some information. What are the applications? But in the related to SimPy, when you will write here SimPy, okay, .org. So this is the official website of SimPy. You can see here, and other information related to SimPy, which is the symbolic mathematics library, you can get from this place. And when you can see, this is the simple, and language is Python based. Okay, and these are the projects using SimPy, which you can see here. All these projects are related to different areas of mathematics and their applications, different purpose. You can get insight from in this page, going through detail about all these. Okay, so when you will come to documentation, see, this is the documentation, and inside the documentation, when you will click on the tutorial, okay, and here this is the introductory tutorial. When you will click on it, and this is the all about the tutorial, how you can use it, how you can get the information, how you can extract the inbuilt functions which are related to mathematics and symbolic mathematics. Various examples are given at this in this SimPy library, and I recommend to all the faculty members as and the students having the background mathematical. Okay, so when you can see, these are the content. Okay, these are content, and I would like to show you only one example. So here SimPy features the basic operations, printing, simplification, calculus, solver, matrix, advanced expressions. So I can show you only one part, calculus. So here various examples are given how you can use. See this first one. This is the example, and from SimPy import this, and XYZ is equal to symbolic XYZ. These are the way how you can declare the variable for symbolically calculations. And here is the example of the derivative. And also along with you can write here live SimPy. Live SimPy. See here, this is live SimPy. Okay, so here you can apply all these operations which you can see at this place in this file. All those you can apply in real time at this place. Okay, SimPy live. So now you can see when the SimPy live will open perfectly, and three dots are there. Please wait a few seconds. Yes, now we can use this file. Okay, so when you will open this interface specifically designed for all type of the mathematical calculations, specifically symbolic mathematics, you can do here directly using this interface. Okay, so you can see here pip install SimPy. SimPy is latest version 1.14.0. You are not required to do anything, and this is the way how you can use. So from the very first statement, you can see from SimPy import, it means all type of the functions which you want to use, you can do from this place. Okay, then you can see this statement is used for to declare the variables and the parameters which you want to use. So x, y, z, t, these are the variables. Just like if you want to write some function, and function always have some variables. So these are the variables which you can define before using x, y, z, t. These are the variables. If you are required to define some integers, this is the statement. And if you want to define some functions, just like f, g, h, symbols, FGH, CLS is related to calculus. So this is the way how you can define the functions also. See, this is the shell where you can write any function. Just like I am taking here f I'm writing here, if you want to calculate the derivative, diff sine x comma x, and when you will enter, you can see this is the derivative, and here is the its value, differential of sine x with x. Okay, so I what similarly you can do for if you are using here one more x. So this is the second order derivative. This is the second order derivative, and you can see how frequently these are working. Okay, sorry, this is the third order derivative. Okay, if you are taking here f is equal to, I have is sine, this is x square, this is x square plus I have is y square. Okay, and you can enter f, and if you will again enter, so this is f is equal to sine x square y square. If you want to take df f comma x, so this is the partial derivative with respect to x. If you are writing here comma y, this is the partial derivative with respect to y. If you want to take, what I'm doing, I'm pressing the upward arrow sign, okay, to extract the previous statement. If you want second order derivative, okay, partial derivative of f with respect to x, then with respect to y, you can do. This is the second order derivative. If you want to take second order derivative of x 2 times, the meaning is that we have differentiate f with respect to x. If you want to third order, or suppose I am taking fifth order, so this is the fifth order derivative of f. So this is the power of the computing. If you do manually, suppose if you want to find out the derivative of this part with respect to x 5 order, and with respect to y I have is third order, and see, this is the power of the computing. This is the power of computing, and perfectly you have the answer. And sometimes when you are required large computing for to solve the very complex problem. Okay, so frequently the most important thing is to use these syntax. How we can use? Okay, so you can play various type of examples here. You can do various experiment. You can explore these things among the student. Okay, and very helping tool for derivative, for integration, for limit, and many all type of the calculations which you need for symbolic mathematics, whether these are the definite integral, indefinite integral, various type of the problems using various method you can apply. So here you can find various examples are there. Okay, so all these examples for definite, indefinite, double integration, even triple integration are there. Okay, so numerical calculations are also there, numerical integration are there, limit part, and series expansion, finite difference. Okay, and how you can, here are the solvers, how you can solve the differential equations, system of equations, and many things are there. So all these you can take help from this place. So there are these two very important tools which you must integrate in your teaching, in your learning. And the students also, even this shell which you can see, SimPy live shell, you can open this shell in your mobile. Okay, mobile is a, you can say, mobile tool which you can use for computing. Okay, but the thing is we are not familiar about this. So the you can see this link live.simpy.org. You can open in the browser and you can click the code. You can enhance your skill. Only The mathematicians, you are required to spend only maximum 2 hours and you will be expert by using symbolic mathematics in Python. Okay, so we are not required to learn mathematics. We are required to convert all the things we know about the mathematics, how we can use this tool for computing purpose. Only this thing we are required to transform. Okay, and here are the examples of the matrices you can see. So many things are there, how you can write the matrix, how you can demonstrate, all type of the operations which you are required. Examples are here. The only the thing is we are required to use all these things. So the operations which you can see at this place, now I am going to present all these things in my this file here. Okay, so all those operations which you can see in the simpy.org, okay, documentation, all those we are here also. You can see from simpy import this sign you can see. So first you are required to import all functions, class, object from simpy. Okay, and in this file all the basic description about each I try to put here so that whenever you will find this file, you can easily use it. Okay. So now see here. Yeah. So how you can write the matrix. So this is the matrix function, and inside round bracket we have this bracket which you can see. This is the left square bracket of the matrix, and this is the right square bracket. This is the first row which I write now. This is the first row, and first row will be separated by comma for the next one. So this is the second row, and this is the third row. Okay, so when you will execute matrix, you see here is error. Why? Because it's saying name matrix is not defined. Why this is not defined? Because we have to import all the functions by using this shell which I have at the place. Okay, first I required to execute this shell. Now I can do this one. No error. Now you can see no error because all the functionalities, classes, object which I required for symbolic mathematics has been imported here, and now I can use this tool simpy. Okay, so you can see here this is the square matrix. Okay, so if you want to create a matrix, you can use this one. Here is one more example how to create the matrix. Okay, so this is the first row element, this is the second row, and these are the third row. Okay, other syntax you can change, you can manipulate, you can write your own example. So I have created the file so that I, with the minimum time, I can demonstrate various examples. Okay, I want to I need to require present here 3-4 files so that I can demonstrate everything. But how you can write the file, I present these things in the previous 2 sessions. But here in the minimum time, I want to cover the maximum content which can be help you. So here is also you can see we are writing 2 examples. M is equal to this is the one matrix. Okay, this is the one matrix and this is the second matrix. Okay, so if you want to check M matrix, if you want to check M matrix, see this is M matrix. If you want to check N matrix, we can have this one. If you want to check M plus N, this is M plus N. Okay, this is the addition of these 2 matrices which we have right at the place. This is the addition of matrix. Okay, and how you can see this is the first element and this is the first element from the second matrix. So 2 minus 2 is 0. Similarly, this is the second element and this is the second element. Both are positive. 3 plus 3 will be 6, and so on. You can verify all the values. And for the subtraction, you are required to use only M minus N. This will return subtraction of the matrix, and you can see the values. And here also we can have the product of See, the matrix are manipulated just like any other, just in the SymPy or Python. So here we have the M matrix and this the N matrix, and we want to multiply M by N. And you can see this is the multiplication of these two matrix. So here you can see the rows. This is 2 by 3 order matrix, and this is 1 by 3 order. Okay, 1 row, 3 column. Okay, so when you will multiply these two, we have this one. But when you are going to apply multiply these two matrices, we have to follow the condition when you can multiply one matrix with the another. So keep in mind this thing, and just you are required to create your matrix, and then you can easily multiply here. So here is the some basic operation, just like you can see here. You want to check the shape from CPy import shape function. Okay, so here we have created the matrix, and if you want to check the shape function is there, and the shape function also we can use to check the size of any data set which you are using for statistical analysis or the machine learning. So all the operations which you can see here are very helping when you have the real data set. Okay, data set is also in the form of the matrix. So all the operations which you are performing in the matrix, you can do, you can use all these operations for the data set also. Okay, so this will return the shape of the matrix, and you can see the size of this matrix is 2 by 3. Now the important thing is assessing the rows and column. Okay, how you can assess any row or any column? See here from the matrix operation. Okay, so here this is the matrix, and from this matrix we want to assess 0. 0 means first row. See, this is the first row. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, this is the first row. If you are using here 1, then this is the second row, minus 2, 0, 4. Minus 2, 0, 4. If you are using here 2, then this is the. Okay, so the index in Python is I told you starting from 0, 0, 1, 2. Okay, in this way. And if you want to assess any column, just you can see one more minus 1. So the meaning of minus 1 is last row. Minus 1 means last row. Okay, if you are using a minus 2, second last. This is the second last. And if you are using 3, this is the third last. Okay, got it? So all these operations and very simple to use. Okay, and in the same way you can use for column, m dot column. Okay, this is the function, and this function is used for row. This is used for column. Okay, so m dot column means first column, and for 2 means third one, and minus 3 also, minus 1 also last column, and minus 3 first column, third from last. Okay, sometimes you are required to insert or delete any row or column from your matrix or from your data set. So these computing thinking will help you for to apply various type of the functions when you have the large data set. Okay, so see how you can apply these mathematical operations based on matrix algebra. So this is the computing skill which is very essential to learn and apply for real problem data set. Okay, so this is the matrix M, and now if you want to delete any column or any row, so here m dot col underscore del. So this is the function. By using this function you can delete the row or column. So these functions are defined at a place. These are the two functions: row underscore del to delete the row, and col underscore del to delete the column. and you can easily apply here, and you can observe m dot col underscore del. So when you are using here 0, okay, and see, okay, this row, this column has been deleted, and if you are using here 1, see, there is only 1. So actually the thing is the matrix M has been updated here. So first you have to check this one, and then you can apply this condition. Now it is fine, and you can see the second column has been deleted. Okay, similarly you can apply, but first you are required to update the matrix. Now you can see you can come to relate to any row from this matrix. So I want to delete here second row. Okay, it means this row must be deleted from this matrix -204, and when I will execute and see this row not there. Okay, so this is the way how you can delete any row or any column from the existing column. And in the same way, sometimes you are required to delete or you are required to insert any row or column. By applying this technique, you can do accordingly. Now you can see here once again, if you are required to insert any row or column, you can do. And here is the, yes, you can see this is the matrix. This is the matrix, and here in this matrix, what we are doing, matrix is, okay, so I have to add here one more element because the matrix is 3 by 3. Okay, so the row which you want to insert inside must be of the same order. Okay, so you can see I want to insert this row, and we can do. Okay, so when you will execute and you will see, okay, so 042 has been added at, this is the place where you want to insert. You want to insert on the top, you want to insert at the second row, you want to insert this row must be as a second row, third row, fourth row, etc. So here by using 1 means second row. So you can see here 042 are the element. Okay, so if you want to insert here at 0 place, so here you can see 042 are on the top, but 042 are at this place also. Why this simple? Because the previous element, the previous matrix which we have generated at this place is the latest one, and we are applying the operation on the same matrix. Okay, so what you have to do, you have to update the matrix first. Okay, this is the new matrix M, and you want to insert now this row at first at the position of first row. See now, so this is the new matrix. 042 are the first row element, and other are same. So these three element, these three rows are there. 1, 2, 3, -2, 0, 4, 5, 8, 9. Again, very simple. Okay, and in the same way you can insert the column. Okay, so now the column element have 4. I have to insert in case one more element here, 0. Okay, where you want to insert this column? Suppose I want to insert this column at 0. No, I want to insert at second position. I will make it 1, and you can see. So 1 -2 3 0, 1 -2 3 0. This is the index of this column is 1. Okay, actually this is the second column. Got it? So all the operations which I demonstrate here are very quite simple, and everyone can understand all these operations. I think there is no big problem to use all these operations. Still, if you have any question, the session is open. You can ask your questions. Any question, please.
Sir, there was one question in the chat box.
Yes, I can see. Just 1
Yeah,
minute. I can
yes,
see
yes.
in the chat box. Okay, I am not able to see any question.
Can I read it, sir? Can I read it for you, sir?
Uneven order of the data, like M has two set of data, but N has only one. Actually, when we apply mathematical operations, keep in mind the operations on matrix. Okay, so if you are applying the matrix operations, you want to add one, the size must be equal. Okay, if for the addition or subtraction, if the size are not equal, then we are not able to perform. Actually, the mathematical, we have to keep in mind the conditions and the properties of mathematics. Okay, so in the matrix algebra, the same thing will be applied. If you want to add two data set, the size of the two data set must be equal. If these are not equal, then we are not able to perform this type of the operation. Okay, so you have to keep in mind these things.
Sir, there's one more question in the chat box. How can we apply this matrix in business settings in real-world applications?
Yes, I will show you. I will show you when I will import the data set. Okay, so there you will find all these type of operations. We will apply. Okay, so here are the basic methods, just like you have the addition, subtraction, scalar multiplication. Yeah, m power. Okay, so this also you can try very frequently. This is the addition of the matrix. Okay, this is the subtraction which we have done. This is the multiplication of the matrices also we have done, and this is the scalar multiplication also you can do. This is the m raised to power 5, meaning is m raised to power 5. If you have this one, it means m square. The meaning is m square. So you can have m square. If you want to get the inverse of the matrix, you can use this operation m raised to power minus 1. This is the inverse matrix. Also, you can use inverse of the matrix. Inbuilt function is there. Okay, m dot inverse. You can use this function, and you will have the same answer as you can see in the above. So either you can use this thing, or you can use the inbuilt function also. So both will have the same answer as you can see here. Okay, and if you want to calculate the determinant of the matrix, so this is the n matrix and the determinant of n you can do here. So this is the determinant of n is 0. Okay, and if you want to take the transpose of the matrix, then use only t. T function is there to get the transpose. See here, this is the matrix, and if you want to get the transpose of this matrix, then we have to apply m dot t. Okay, m dot t in uppercase. So this will return the transpose of the matrix. You can see. Okay, and similarly you can see I have a m1 matrix, and if you want to trace the matrix, okay, so first you can see this is the matrix, and m1 trace is this one, m1 trace. Okay, what is the meaning of trace matrix? The sum of diagonal element. Okay, 5 5 1 11. So if you sometimes for some type of the calculations, we are required some specific type of the matrices, just like identity matrix, zero matrix, ones matrix, when you are required to find out the solutions of a system of the equations. Okay, so you can see I means identity matrix. So this will generate identity matrix of 5 order. Okay, 5 is the value. which type of the order you are required. If you are using 3, this will help us to return the matrix of 3 by 3 order. Okay, and the same function which you can see here, I, is available in the R programming, and the same we can use in the MATLAB. Okay, so there are some of the functions which we apply at the place, and we are discussing. The same functions are available in the R programming as well as in the MATLAB, as well as in Scilab, Octave, and yeah, in all these software is these functions are the same name. Okay, you can use directly. Okay, sometimes to generate any type of the matrix can be different way, but there are so many similarities about these softwares. Once you are able to use one computing tool, then you can switch to another software also. Okay, just you are required to understand the syntax behind to insert the statement, to write the function, to extract the value, to understand what are the inbuilt functions, what are the meaning of user-defined function, okay, anonymous functions. So these are required. So here in this file, we are using only the inbuilt functions in SymPy. Here zeros, by using the zeros function, you can generate zero matrix. All the element will be zero. You can have any order. Okay, you can take 2 by 3, and when you will execute, simply you can generate zero matrix. Here is the one matrix. We have all the element equal to 1. Okay, so you can have any order. You can have any order. See, and this is the diagonal matrix. This is the diagonal matrix. If you want to write to the diagonal matrix, you have the function diag. By using the same, you can have the diagonal matrix. Sometimes the diagonal matrix have various, just like first element is -1, then we have the 2 by 2 order, one matrix, then we have the matrix having this row. See, when you will generate this type of the diagonal matrix, you can see. So here, the -1 is here. You can see -1 is here. Then the second element of the diagonal you can see here is 1 2 by 2 order, and this is the last. You can see the column matrix. Okay, column matrix. This is the column matrix. If you want to convert it to row matrix, then you can use it. You can write here one more bracket on the left side and one on right side, and when you will execute, this will be like in this way. So this is the first element, this is the second element, this is the third element, is 0. So you can manipulate accordingly. If you take here, this is 2 by 3. Okay. So this type also sometimes we are required for a different type of form. So if it is required, you can do. You can generate anything which is essential for your computing. So all these skills will help you to understand how you can generate the matrix operations, how you can assess the one particular element or row or column. Okay, so all these things we discussed here. Also, you can see the determinant. If you have this matrix, you can get m dot dat. This function also we can use to get the matrix determinant. Okay, and eigenvalues, eigenvectors, diagonalization is also very important part. You know, there are so many applications, and eigenvalues, eigenvector is highly useful in data science. Okay, so and also we can use all these to find out the solutions of some type of the differential equations also. Okay, so here you can see m is equal to this the matrix, and if you want to get eigenvalues, so here m dot eigenvalues, this will return eigenvalues of this matrix. These are the eigenvalues. Okay, so here you can see 3 1 -2 1 5 2. Okay, so when you can see what is the value of 3 1. What is the meaning of 3, 1? Minus 2, 1, 5, 2. The meaning means M has 3 eigenvalues, minus 2, 3, 5. These are 3 eigenvalues, but minus 2 and 3 have the algebraic multiplicity 1. But in the case of eigenvalue 5, his algebraic multiplicity is 2. Okay, so this is the meaning of this also. And if you want to get the eigenvector, just you are required to m dot eigenvector. By using this statement, you can get the eigenvectors. Okay, so this is the one, then this, this is the third, and this is the fourth. Okay, and if you want to diagonalize, you can write here p comma d is equal to m dot diagonalize. Okay, see, diagonalize the matrix used to diagonalize, and that is return a tuple p comma d. D is the diagonal, and m is equal to will be d p d inverse. Okay, we have studied, but how you can apply by using the Python. So you can apply first this statement, then you will get the value of p. This is the value of p. Then you can get the value of d. This is the value of d. Okay, and if you want to apply this operation, dp d inverse, dp d inverse. So here we are doing dp p d p inverse. Okay, so here you can find, and if you will do, you will compare p d p inverse is equal to m. Here we are comparing, and you see this is true. So verification also we have done. Okay, so this is a very simple matrix algebra, and whenever you have the problems and whenever you are required, if you have the understanding about all this syntax, which I try to present here in the very simplest way, and anyone who have this file, after that running and understanding the syntax, everyone can play all these things. You can use, you can learn, you can apply. Okay, and along with the I demonstrate about the simpy.org official website, and there are so many information which I am not able to present everything at this place, but you can extract everything, and this is very simple. Actually, when we have the example, how we can write the syntax, what about what you want to do. Okay, so accordingly, you can pick the example, and along with you can integrate generative AI tool, just like ChatGPT and Grok is there. So if you have the some example, some prompt, and you want to apply in the Python, you can ask, you can put your query, and these generative AI tools will help you. The thing is how we are integrating all these things in our teaching, in our learning. Actually, the thing is we are required various type of the computing skills in the modern era, which we are required to apply for the research purpose. Faculty members are required to teach in the class to enhance the skills of the students to prepare them for the next generation. Okay, if we teach the student how the tools and the informations are available in our hand, in our platform, of how we can learn all these things which are free available, but without having the computing skills, we are not able to advance the technology in any branch of science. So all these computing tools are very, very essential for all the, not only for the researcher, but also for the faculty members, because the faculty members are playing very important role to prepare the students for the next generation. So we have to be prepared, and we should present all these things to teach the student in the right way. Okay, so the role of the teachers is again very, very important to enhance these skills, which is the need of the hour, and other things which we can see, just like advancement in medical science. bioinformatics is the very important area where, and this is the interdisciplinary area as I'm let know. So in the what is the bioinformatics and component, if we will observe, medical doctor is there, so medical background must be there. We need the mathematical background. Mathematics is also very important in bioinformatics. Then we need this statistician, because there are so many problems where data is there, need to understand, need to manipulate, need to get the insight, need to interpret. So mathematics, static, and along with we are required some computing skills person. Okay, having the computing skill, because mathematicians have their own task, statisticians have their own task. Then computing skill is the other part, and computer programmer. Okay, so when all these people will come to the at the single place, then we are able to get some insight, some information, some experiment in the area of bioinformatics, which is a very essential part in medical science. And to study which type of the DNAs, their prompts, and their insight, sequence, etc. Okay, and drug design is also again very important area. Okay, so there is also very essential this type of the computing skill play very important role. Okay, so in every branch of science, in medical science, in agriculture, in business, in engineering, everywhere, and even if you want to study space, okay, so NASA and ISRO both having the mathematicians and this type of the computing skills are very essential. Without having this skill, we are not able to get some insight from the data which we are getting from the space. Okay, so this is very, computing skill is very simple. Just we are required to use our mathematics by using some computing toolbox. Now you can see here is this file I have already shared with you. I think you can download this file from your uh, Evotometrics hub, where you have registered this activity. So there I have uploaded various files yesterday for your use, and all this content which I upload there will help you in various ways. So you can see in this file, uh, linear algebra we are using for data science. So the things which we discuss here in matrix algebra, here are the applications. Okay, linear algebra, calculus, probability, static equation, discrete mathematics, information theory, numerical. So all these are highly useful here, and various examples are given here. How you can use all these, how you can create the matrix. So, okay. This file I will let for you. Okay, so here you will find various examples which are completely directly associated with the mathematics. Okay, so I want to cover this file and this file. Okay, these two files I will be able to cover here. Yes, so this file I will share with you. You must try. Very quite simple because this file and this file, little bit, these are similar type. Okay, anyone easily can do this file. But here also some important informations are there. Actually, the thing is we can easily use inbuilt functions which are exist in our system. Okay, but sometimes we are required the function which is not available in any library of the Python. Okay, and many times we have to define the function according to our problem, according to our desired solution. Okay, so what we have to do, we have to write the function. So before that, what is the function? A function is the name block of the code designed to perform a specific task. Function allows you to break your program into the smaller modular piece, improving the readability, reusability, and debugging. So once you have the function, you have write the function, you can use these functions anywhere. Okay. Sometimes a function can be required to use it multiple places. So once you have defined and write your own function, you are not required to write it again and again. Just you are required to call the function at the right place. So here we have the types of the function, which type of the functions are there. So first we have is the built-in function. So these are predefined functions provided by the Python and built in, we are required to use these functions directly. So here you can see just like a print function we have used many times, len. This is the length function. This will calculate the size, how many elements are there. And type function we can use it to get the which type of the data is there. This will return the maximum value. Similarly, we can have the minimum function. We can have the sum function. So these are the examples of the built-in functions in the Python. Okay. So here print length, and here I put my name. Okay. So when you will execute it, and you can see that the length of this character is 10. If I put here space, then see the length is 11, because length is also one element for the programming. Okay, so these are the 5 element, and here is also 5 element, and one element is empty. That is also will be taken in the counting. Similarly, if you have the array, you can see here, and these are starting from 1 to 10. So you can get the length of this also. Okay. So sometimes this is the small in size. Sometimes what happen, we have very large data set. We can have 50,000, we can have 60,000, we can have 1 lakh, we can have 5 lakh. Sometimes we are not able to count all these, but by using this function, and you are required to pick the one variable of the data set. Okay, just like we have x is one variable. So by using this x variable, you can get the how many elements are there in one particular variable. Okay, and if you want to get the maximum value and the minimum value, see this will return maximum value. Okay, so here the data set is very small, but when we have 50,000 elements in one variable, and you want to check which is the maximum value and minimum value, so this will help you. Just you are required to pass the variable. This is the minimum value 1. If you want to get the sum of all the values in x, okay, sum of all these number, so we have the sum function, and this will print the sum. Okay, here also we write the mean function. So sum upon length of x. Okay, number of the element in x. So you can see this is the total sum, and this is the total number. Okay, this is the formula, and by using this one you can compute the mean, which is 5.5. So these are the functions which we can use directly from the inbuilt. Sometimes if you are required to define the function, how you can do? Very simple. Okay, here I put various example. Okay, user defined function. These functions that you create using the definition keyword, DEF. This keyword is used to define the function. And here is the syntax, how you can write. Okay, first we have the definition, then you put the name of the function. This is the name of the function, and then after we have the code block to return result. See, this is the first example, And here we want to write a function to get the square of any number. Okay, and there are only 3 lines. See, according to this syntax, first we have to use a DEF, definition. Then we have to write the function name, square, cube, fourth root, addition, subtraction, whatever you want to do. According to that, you have to put the name of the function. Okay, this is the input argument. You can give the name of the variable. Okay, this is the input argument. Then result. Second part is the result. What you want to perform? We want to get x square. Result is equal to x square. Function equal to x square. Output must be x square. So whatever you will write here, you will return the same function at place. Return result. This will help to print the value. So this is the block of the function which you can write in Python in 3 lines. So this is the initial and this is the termination line, and this is the block where you can define the function. Okay, so the calculation will be stored inside what you will write here. You can write here result. So result is here. If you will write the computing, so computing is here. If you will write here output, you at this place we have output. Okay, whatever you are defining here, according to that to return the same result. So now our function is complete at this place. Now you can perform various tasks. We are using only this function here, square. Okay, you can put any value. I am starting from 2. So 2 square is 4. If you are using 5, 5 square is 25. If you are using 25, then so this is very simple to write the function. How you can define? Only you are required to understand these 3 lines. Okay, so you will have to start from definition for every function. You have to give the name of the function. Then what you want to write at the place. Then return. Okay, so here also this part you can write here. Result is equal to, you can write it directly, equal to result equal to something which you do at a place. So you can see in the second example, greeting function. Okay, so definition, there is the name of the function greet, and here name. Okay, the input argument is name. Return, what do you want to return? Hello, name, how are you? Okay, so only 2 lines are there. Only 2 lines are there. So actually the thing is, what you want to return is here at this place. So you can remove this line and you can write here. Okay, you can convert in 2 lines. Okay, we break in 3 lines, so we can you can easily understand. Okay, so this is a very simple example. So when you will use this greet function, okay, you have to put here any name, just like I put here Chand. Okay, and when I will execute, and you can see, hello Chand, how are you? Okay, if you are using Alice, okay, and you can see. So how you want to return the value? So this type of statement are highly useful who are the software developer. Okay, and for the mathematician, these things we are using. So if you want to write the, I want to get the addition of 2 number. See, add a comma b. These are the input argument. Colon, return a plus b, and here you can use. Simple. Okay, so here add the sequence number. Sometimes you are required to get the sum of the sequence, just like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Add these numbers. So here we have the definition, add sequence, and total. This is to use the initialize. Okay, and for loop we are using here for I in the range 1 to n plus 1. Total plus equal to I. So each time the step size which we are using, this will be add automatically and return total. Okay, so this will start from this value and add sequence. Just like you can see the sum of 1, 2, 3 we have is 6. If you are using 2, so 1 plus 2, 3. If you are using here 3, 1 plus 2 plus 3, 6. If you are using 5, 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5, 15. If you are using here 100, okay, 5050. If you are using here 1000, then 500. If you are using one more 0, you can enjoy, you can get any sum of the sequence once you write this function. Similarly, here is the multiplication. Okay, so where is the example? And after understanding all these examples, you can write your own function. Okay, so here is lambda function. Okay, lambda function is also known as anonymous function. In MATLAB, we say anonymous function. But lambda function is also highly useful. Without defining this function, we can use in anywhere in our program. Okay, so this is again a very simple way to use. Just like you can see the example. This is the example. Okay, so add is equal to lambda x comma y. X and y, these are the two variables. We want to get the addition of any two number. You can write for 3, 4, 5, whatever you want. So here, this is just the way how you can use. Okay. So here we are using x plus y. You can extend this operation according to your need. Okay. So here x plus y. So when you will put these values here, this will come right. So this is the only one line function. You can see only one line function. So on the right hand side, we have the lambda function which we have defined along with variable and what we want to perform, and this will store inside add. So this is the function. How you can use? You have to use this side. Add 25, 33. This is the way how you can use this function. You can have this value and this value, and you can execute. So this is the sum of these two numbers. Okay, if you are writing here okay, we can take here small value. We can take small. 5 square plus 3 square. 5 square plus 3 square, 34. You can manipulate according to your choice. I put here very simple example so that how you can write the function. Okay, whatever you want to perform at this, you can do. Okay, so this was for addition. Here is the example of to get the square. We can write like x product x. Okay, for x square, you can write is x product 2. So this is the square of 25. The square of 5. So only in one line we can write this anonymous function by using lambda. Okay, similarly we can have with multiple argument, you can write, you can extend it according to your choice. Okay, so here you can see we have one array. We have one array. This is the list of the numbers. This is the list of the numbers. And what we want to get here, list lambda x raised to power 5 nums. Okay, so we take here first 2 on. Okay, so you can see the square of each number we have is here 149 and so on. So if you have the list of the element and you want to apply it, so you can use the lambda function to perform the same task. To use list is used to generate the list map with each value. Lambda, the operation which you want to perform. Okay, you want to perform x cube. X is the value of the variable. Variables are taken from this number of the list. So in this way you can perform on the list also. Okay, use with filter. Here we are using filter to check the even number. So here we have some numbers are there, but we want to check which numbers are even and which are odd number. So you can use C list filter lambda x variable x divided by 2 must be equal to 0 for the remainder. We are using for the remainder. So if you get the remainder, so you have to use percentage sign. If you want to use for divide only, then you can use backslash. Remainder must be equal to 0. Okay, so only those numbers have remainder 0 are the even number. Okay, so print even. So only the even number will be there. 12 to 30. These are the 3 even numbers. If you want to insert here some more value, just like I put here 42, then I have this 45, then I have this 84, then I can have 5, 6. Okay, and when I will execute, you can see only the even numbers are there. This will turn. This will this filter is applied at this place. Okay, so this is the way how we can use. Here is the recursive. Here is the recursive function, just like factorial. If you want to write the factorial function, this is again very simple. Okay, definition factorial n. If n is equal to 1, return 1. If n is equal to 1, then return 1. Actually, the factorial we can use for the natural number only. Okay, so we can start from 1, 2, 3, 4, and if n equal to return 1 and return C n product factorial n minus 1. So previous number will be applied to this number. So this automatically calculate the factorial values and see carefully. If n is equal to 1, then it will return the 1. And otherwise, what this will do, if you are taking 5, okay, so this start from 1, product 2, product 3. So that this value will be computed with this value to get the next value. It is the way how you can write the function for the factorial. These syntax are essential to understand how these will work. This is the computing thing. Here we need to drop the programming skill. Okay, how we can ask how we can do the experiment. So by using all these things, you can understand this application. Okay, so this is the recursive. So here the value here is 10. You can start from 5 factorial. This is the value of 5 factorial. You can check the value of 4 factorial. So 1 product, 2 product, 3 product, 4 is 24. Okay, for 5 we have is 120. So this factorial function which we write at a place is working well. Now you can check you have verified the function which you have write at the place is working well for all values if it is equal to 1. Okay, So we have is 1. So according to all type of the values, we can set for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up to 10. Then you can use for any large value. Just like I want to get the factorial 11. Okay, so sorry. And here I need to put 11. Okay, so this is the factorial. Here also you can see the, for example, so higher order functions you can write here. Why use higher order functions? Okay, so here are the some more examples. A higher order function is that does one or both of the following. Take one or more function as a argument. Returns. Sometimes we are required higher order means some of the multiple functions. Okay, and we can use it. Why use a higher order function? Promote code modularity and reusability. Enable use the power of the function. Programming and technique. Commonly we use with the lambda, map function, filter, reduce. Okay, so here is the example. Here is the example. Function as a argument. So this is the example of a function as a argument. So see what we are doing here. Definition shout text, return text dot upper, whisper text, return text dot lower. So this will write the text in up, and this will in the lower. Definition greet function, return function hello world. Okay, so see here we are writing greet. Here is a greet function, this one. Okay, then shout, this function we pass that place. Okay, so here is we have another a greet, this function, and whisper, this one. Okay, so here we write text dot upper. So the text, when you will use this function, text will be all the text will be in uppercase, and when you will use this one, all the text will be in the lowercase, and this is the greet function. Okay, for this we are using these two. Okay, so here the input argument for this you can see we have is function. Okay, this is one function. This is also the function. But here for greet the function we are using function as input argument. Okay, for both place. So when you will execute and see the output. So for the first you can see all the letters are in the uppercase, and for the second one you can see all the letters are in the lowercase. So in this way we can use. Okay, here is also one more example. Here is also one more example. Return a function. So here is one is the outer function, one is the inner function. Two functions are here. Okay. So here we have the definition of the outer function. What is the message? Okay, and a message is this is the input argument as a message. Okay, definition. This is the inner function. Okay, the inner function will perform its own instruction which we will put here. Okay, return message plus what we have. Okay, so this will combine these two. Return inner function. So result we have is outer function, this one, and input is we have is message. This message you can see, which we put here. Python is powerful. Okay, and print the result. This result we want to print. So this is the way how we can use. So when we will execute this function, you can see. So the message, this is the result, okay, which is used for this one, outer function. So this will merge with at this place. Return, this will return. So message, then after what we have, Python is powerful. See, this is that way. So here one is the outer function and one is the inner function. Both are working. So with this example, you can extend by taking more examples just to understand and how you can return a function by using this function body. Okay, you are required to understand this function body. Okay. Similarly, you can check this example. This is for yourself. We can skip this module in the Python. Uh, okay, so in the module, what happen? We can write the function, and then after we can generate the file, and we can use just like the inbuilt function. Okay, so you can try this part yourself. Any question, please? Any question? So, dear participant, here we discuss about the two things: inbuilt function, which are provided by Python itself, and then user defined. So, user defined are of two category. Okay, one is defined by using the definition in Python, and the second one we have is by using the lambda. Okay, so lambda is very useful. Directly within one line, you can write the function and you can use it. Okay, so whenever these functions are not available in the Python, we can write our own function and we can use it. So there are various ways to define the function, to write the function, whether these are related to the mathematical computing, everything which you need, we can do by using these functions. And still, if you have any question, please let me know. I can check the chat box. Okay, there is no question from in the chat box. So I think other things are going well. Or any question, please raise your hand.
Participants, if there are any questions, please feel free to switch on your mic and then ask the questions.
You can open your mic or you can put your question in the chat box. Okay. Dear participant, the content we are not sharing in your email. See, once again, you are doing the mistake. I request now all the participants, please see where you can access all this content, recording, feedback, everything. See, I'm sharing my screen, okay, and you are registered at this platform. This is the place where you have registered. Okay. You joined this 3-day international seminar. This is the event where you have registered. You are required to sign in your account. Okay. So after sign in, click on the event which you have joined and see at the page. So this is the discussion part. Connect with the fellows attendees. First part we have the discussion. You can put other questions, and also today morning I put this. Dear participants, see the recording and sources section just right on the top on this section. Okay. So this is the chat box where you can communicate with each other as well as with the organizer. And along with the discussion on the right hand side, you can see recording and resources. When you will click on it, see this is the session 1, introduction to the Python, and our programming recording is there. This is the feedback form. Okay, when you will click on it, this will open. See, this is the feedback form. Okay, if you wanted to see this lecture, the first session, you are required to click on it, and this lecture will play. Okay, the lecture will start. So I don't like to start any lecture from this place. So section 1, section 2, section 3, these are the content. Okay, Jupyter files, fundamental of the Python libraries by me. All the content are uploaded at the page. And also in the second, you can see the cheat sheet of NumPy, Pandas, Matplotlib, and one mini project also uploaded there. So these 2 sessions you can see are related to the content which are uploaded by me. Okay, and also you can see numerical and scientific computing. So this is the lecture. When you will click on it, the lecture will start. Okay, so here the recording of each session is available on the YouTube. So here we put only the link of the YouTube. Okay, so when you will click on it, the recording will start, and content from this place you can download. The recordings of each session will be available permanently lifelong. Anytime you can access, and at the end there will be the playlist without any advertisement. So in each session, all the recordings will play without any advertisement. Okay, so don't worry. Sometimes when we are seeing the lectures on YouTube multiple times, advertisement is there. Okay, but in these recordings, there is no advertisement. Okay, so without any interruption, you can take all these lectures. Okay, so from this place, you can download all these content which I upload. So the certificate is also available in your account. Everything, all the things which we provide, you can download from your account where you have registered. Okay, so your information will be available permanently in our account, and whenever we will launch the next event from your site, will be available here. Okay, so here you will communicate for the future also. Any more question if you have?
Participants, are there any more questions? Sir,
Yeah,
I have
the
a
today's
question.
feedback form is also available in the chat box. Okay.
Yes, sir. I
And
posted it.
also the same link will be available in our platform.
Okay. Sir, I do have a question in this sense.
Yes, ma'am.
When we are
Please.
trying to insert a row in a matrix, we had to mention a position and then the row that we have to insert. If we don't mention the position, will it be an error or will it go back to any default position that is on?
That will be by default will be inserted. But if you will mention the position where you want to insert the row, okay, we in the first position, in the second, in the middle, or the last.
Okay. If
Where
we
you want
don't
to insert
mention
the
that, will it be an error in the syntax or will it go in a default position?
yes, this will we have to check by default where this will insert.
Okay, okay, sir. Yeah.
Okay, this will be by default.
Yes.
So
Okay.
without a position, you can try yourself. Okay.
Okay.
So in programming, the only thing is to learn. You must play with the code. You must try to destroy the code, rewrite the code, play with the code, manipulate the code. Only then you can enhance your programming skill. What happen if you will replace these things? Okay, so this is the simplest way. What are our loss? Nothing. Okay, just we The only thing need to play with the programming, which we have right. Okay, manipulate the programming, change the code, give your input from your side, what you are thinking, what you want to do with the code. Okay, so when you will apply, see the result, what happened by doing this type of the action which you have taken. So this is the easiest way to learn programming, to enhance the computing thinking. Without playing with the code, we are not able to enhance computing thinking, computing skill. Okay. Any more question? So I think when you have the file, you are not required to hesitate where I should change or not. Okay, what do you think you must try? Okay, there are a lot of content which I have uploaded yesterday. Many files are there, but I am not able to present all those content which I provided you yesterday. Okay, a lot of time is required. I prepared these files by spending about 1 month. So how I can present within 1.5 hours. Okay, but the content which I provide you really very beneficial for all the participants. You must try. Okay, and whenever you need in the future also, you can contact us. We can help you. I could, okay, okay. No more question?
Thank you so much, sir. Participants,
Okay.
are there any more questions? Please feel free to type it in the chat box or open your mics. Okay, if there are no further questions, then we would like to thank you, sir, for all the explanatory session and the benevolent sharing of your resources that you have created so far. We would like to always thank the participants who have joined us today. We would now break for lunch and then resume a session back by 12:30 p.m. A quick announcement: the feedback form for this session is being shared in the chat box, so please make sure you fill in that for today's session. Thank you all. Have a good day. Thank
Yes,
you, sir.
in the next session, I will try to present one project, mini project. Okay, so you will see the applications which we discussed in the today's session and the yesterday session, and how you can do. Okay, so you have some ideas how you can study and visualize, interpret with the real data set. Okay, so thank you, and we will resume the session after the lunch break. Thank you to all.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you all participants. We will look forward to join the next session by 12:30 p.m. Thank you all.